Honorable viewers, I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel Jet or BD24. Today's topic is Joseph Andrews. You know that this is a novel, and this novel is written by Henry Fielding. So don't delay, let's start. Joseph Andrews is one of the finest novels of Henry Fielding. Joseph, Adam, Lady Bobby, Mrs. Silksalt, Fanny, and Beatty are the vital characters of the novel. Fanny is the heroine of the novel. Joseph is the hero of the novel. But Adam may be considered as the hero of the novel. Pamela, another minor character, is the sister of Joseph. Lady Bobby, Mrs. Slipslop, and Beatty try to seduce Joseph, but they fail. Lady Bobby is the wife of country Lord Sir Thomas Bobby. Mrs. Slipslop is the Lady Bobby's gentlewoman in waiting. Mr. Tow-Ouse is the landlord of inn. Pamela is a pure girl and works in a squire's house. The squire tries to seduce her, but she strictly protests it. For this, the squire offers to marry her and she accepts it. Joseph works in the house of Sir Thomas Bobby. He is taken to London by Lady Bobby. There is no good relation between Thomas Bobby and Lady Bobby. After the death of Thomas Bobby, Lady Bobby gradually tries to seduce Joseph. Joseph refuses her offer. Now Lady Bobby's gentlewoman in waiting, by the name of Mrs. Slipslop, develops a passion for him and rejects this woman. Lady Bobby again tries to seduce him but fails. So she dismisses Joseph from his job. Joseph decides to go back to the village, but at the time of his journey he is robbed of his money and seriously beaten by the robbers. He is taken into the course and dropped at the next stop and at an inn. Mr. Tow-Ouse is the landlord of inn, but he is utterly indifferent to Joseph. The maid, whose name is Beatty, sent for the village surgeon and for the village parson. Abram Adams meets Joseph at the same inn. Finding Joseph in a serious condition, he decides to stay at this inn. Joseph is nursed by Adams. Now the health condition of Joseph is normal and sound. Adams decides to accompany Joseph. Before their departure from inn, an incident involving the maid Beatty occurs. She tries to seduce Joseph but fails. Joseph wants to preserve the purity of his character just as his sister Pamela has done. Adams now goes quickly towards the spot from where a woman's cries are coming. Reaching the spot, he sees a man is trying to seduce her. Adams saves her from the causes of the seducers. Adams takes the woman as his companion. Actually, this woman is Fanny, beloved of Joseph. They make their journey, but They are held on a charge of robbery. They are taken to a justice for a trial on the charge of robbery. Here, Adams recognizes the women. They are realized. They further make their journey. They take shelter in a wayside in where Joseph is staying. Joseph and Fanny feel most delighted at this unexpected reunion. Joseph asks Adams to perform the ceremony of marriage between him and Fanny. Adams advises him not to marry quickly. They start their journey. Now Joseph is very happy to meet his sister Pamela. Now Joseph and Fanny decide to marry. But Lady Bobby tries to prevent it, but she fails. Now another complication appears. Joseph and Fanny are suspected to be brother and sister. But very soon it is proved that they are not brother and sister. Now there is nothing to prevent Joseph from marrying Fanny. The ceremony of marriage is performed by Adams. So we see the happy ending of the novel. Through reading this novel, we see the good nature of Adams. He is generous, friendly, kind, sympathetic, and brave. His service for Joseph is remarkable. He defends Beatty against an attack by her mistress, Mrs. Towers. He saves Fanny from rape. He fights with the landlord in order to save Joseph. He saves Mrs. Slipslop from the curses of Mr. Didapper. He performs the ceremony of marriage between Joseph and Fanny, overcoming the conspiracy of Lady Bobby. For this reason, he may be considered as the hero of the novel. That's all about today's topic. For the time being, thanks for your patient sharing. See you another day. Bye bye.